Hello everyone, I am Casey the Gamer, and it is time for another game review. Today I'm taking a look at the third-person shooter, Bullet Witch. Bullet Witch was developed by Cavia and released on July 27, 2006 in Japan, and February 27, 2007 in North America for the Xbox 360. It was later released on PC in April of 2018. The PC port was handled by Marvelous. Bullet Witch received mostly mixed or average reviews with some negative ones as well. I, on the other hand, love this game. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. Sure, it's got its problems, but it is so much fun. I remember this being one of the first games I ever rented for the Xbox 360, and I had a blast playing it. And I remember being incredibly excited when I saw that it got a PC port. Now, let's take a closer look at Bullet Witch. There are spoilers ahead for the story of the game. After a series of natural disasters has left humanity on the brink of extinction and the world overrun by demons, a witch named Alicia shows up to put a stop to the demons. In addition to her witchcraft, Alicia comes equipped with a giant gun that has multiple forms for whatever she may need. She is also guided by a demonic force called the Darkness. No, not that darkness, but both of them do have really cool voices.
That putrid stench of death. The demon here, it's even stronger than I feared. It seems this city is also doomed to destruction.
Anyway, Alicia jumps in and saves some human survivors from a group of demons. She then heads towards the city, where she and the Darkness believe their target is located. On her way to the city, Alicia battles hordes of demons and makes use of various magic spells, calling upon her more powerful magic when the situation calls for it. Alicia decimates all the demons in her way and enters the city. Not long after arriving in the city, Alicia encounters a group of resistance soldiers battling the demons. She joins in the fight to help them. Once the demons are dealt with, Alicia meets the leader of the group, Maxwell Cougar. Maxwell explains that they're evacuating citizens to the airport. Alicia then says she's got some business to take care of and begins to walk away. Maxwell decides to assign two of his men to aid Alicia. Alicia makes her way through the city, saving people and battling all manner of demons, including some gigantic ones. Venturing further into the city, Alicia runs into her target, a massive snake-armed demon. The Darkness claims that the demon must have absorbed a lot of souls because it is stronger than expected. Alicia tries to fight it, but her attacks have no effect. The Darkness tells Alicia to run, but she refuses at first, claiming that she can still fight. The Darkness yells at her, reminding her of her goal to destroy them all, finally convincing her to run. Alicia runs and escapes with Maxwell and his group into the sewer. Alicia, Maxwell, and his men begin to battle their way through the sewer. After making some progress, Maxwell finds a room full of dead soldiers, his friends. He tells Alicia if they don't stop the demons, that humanity will be wiped out. Maxwell then hands Alicia the remains of a journal and tells her to read it if she wants to stop the demons for good. The journal belonged to an archaeologist whose daughter died in a plane crash. Deep in the forest is a singularity that has the power to return life with the power of darkness. The archaeologist performs the ritual to bring his daughter back, but in doing so, he opened up the portal that allowed the demons to come through in the first place. Maxwell explains that his group and the remaining forces from each city plan to attack the forest and try to put an end to the demons once and for all. He asks Alicia to help them. The Darkness calls Maxwell a fool, but tells Alicia that the forest is indeed the place that she is searching for. Alicia asks to hear the plan when they get attacked by even more demons. Alicia and the others fight off the demons and make their way through the subway and up to the airstrip where the planes are waiting, as well as more demons. The demons are dealt with and our heroes board the planes and take off. While on the plane, Alicia thinks back to memories of boarding a plane for a trip and saying goodbye to her father. Maxwell thanks Alicia for everything that she's done so far. Alicia then asks to be taken back to the city once the operation is over. She has plans to defeat the powerful demon from earlier. Suddenly, one of the other planes starts to go down and a huge flying demon appears. Alicia heads outside and gets on top of the plane to battle the demon. She calls down her powerful lightning spell and eventually fries the demon, killing it. The plane has unfortunately taken damage during the fight and begins to go down. Thankfully, everyone manages to survive, and they even manage to get closer to HQ than Maxwell expected. Alicia and the others begin their trek to the Resistance base. Along the way, they encounter many demons. Alicia manages to defeat them all, and they make it to the Resistance base. Unfortunately, before they can put their plan into motion, the base is swarmed by more demons, dropping in from helicopters. The darkness grants Alicia the tornado spell. Alicia summons several tornadoes and destroys the demons in their helicopters. With the demons cleared out, Maxwell gives the Resistance members the big hero speech, and everyone gets into the helicopters to fly to the forest. Alicia and the Resistance fighters enter the forest and begin their battle with the demons. Alicia makes her way into a village and finds a church with a stone tablet on the wall, giving instructions on how the ritual works. It says to make a sacrifice of body and spirit, and it will act as an intermediary which forms the portal that lets the demons through. The Darkness and Alicia believe that the reverse must also be true, that if they destroy the thing serving as the intermediary, that the portal will close, stopping any more demons from coming through. Alicia adventures deeper into the forest and finds the portal and the intermediary. The Darkness reminds her that killing this man will stop any more demons from appearing. Alicia grabs the journal that the man is holding on to. It turns out to be the other half of the one Maxwell gave her earlier. The archaeologist is the intermediary that's keeping the portal open. But that's not all. Alicia is the daughter who died and was resurrected. Alicia tells her father that what he sees isn't his daughter, but a witch, who fights to make up for the endless crimes laid at her feet. She tells him that she will always love him, before she shoots and kills him. With the demon portal closed, Alicia and the others return to the city. Maxwell says that they're the only ones left who can stop the remaining demons and save the others still stuck in the city. Alicia says that she'll do her best and begins to fight her way through the demon hordes. The Darkness grants Alicia her most powerful spell, the Meteor Spell. It summons several meteorites that decimates all the demons in the area. After fighting off the demons and saving as many people as she can, Alicia encounters the incredibly powerful demon from earlier. Alicia prepares to fight the demon, but it stuns her and is about to attack her when Maxwell jumps in and grabs her. The demon is then hit with some explosives. Alicia, Maxwell, and the others work together to bring the demon's shields down so that Alicia can do some real damage. After a hard-fought battle, Alicia destroys the demon's body. She walks over to what's left of it and sticks her gun in its mouth. Alicia fires and obliterates the demon once and for all. The sun has risen as Alicia and Maxwell stand outside of the destroyed city. Maxwell says that it's hard to think of it as a victory due to all of the destruction and lives lost, and also that the rest of the world is still living in misery at the moment. Maxwell continues and says that with Alicia around, they may be able to destroy the demons for good and bring peace back to the world. He thanks her for giving them back their sense of hope and tells her that she's always got a friend in him. Maxwell offers to give Alicia a ride to her next destination, but she declines. Maxwell pulls Alicia in for a hug and then tries to hit on her. They say their goodbyes and Alicia walks off to continue her mission. There are newspaper clippings during the credits that talk about how the humans are defeating the demons and making a recovery. The story is really fun. It's got that B-movie kind of feel to it, which I'm a big fan of. Bullet Witch is a third-person shooter action game. It features some very fun, albeit a little unpolished gameplay. You take control of the titular Bullet Witch herself, Alicia. Alicia comes equipped with a variety of weapons and magic spells in order to take care of the demonic threats present in the game. First up, let's take a look at Alicia's gun rod. The Gunrod is a gun that is designed to look kind of like a witch's broom. The Gunrod can transform into 4 different guns. The standard form is a rapid-fire machine gun, which is probably the form I use the most just because it's easy to handle and does decent damage throughout the whole game. Other forms include a shotgun, which is great for close range, a cannon, which is great for long range, and then there's a goddamn Gatling gun. The Gatling gun has an insanely high rate of fire and firepower, but it does reduce your movement speed. It has the highest ammo capacity but burns through it like crazy. You can also do a melee attack with the Gunrod if you need to. In addition to the Gunrod, Alicia comes equipped with magic spells. Alicia has a total of 9 spells at her disposal. You start the game with the 6 basic spells. There is the Element Shot, which imbues your weapon with an elemental effect. Each gun has its own element. The machine gun is fire, the shotgun is wind, the cannon is light, and the Gatling gun is electricity. Ancient Wall creates a magical barrier which protects you from enemy gunfire. One of my favorites is Rose Spear. Alicia throws rose petals that make spikes shoot from the ground, impaling any enemies in the area. Willpower creates a shockwave that sends objects flying. Sacrifice can be used to heal injured humans at the cost of a little bit of your own health. However, some of the people you heal will bring you an item that usually heals you. And another incredibly useful spell is Raven's Panic. Alicia summons a bunch of ravens and sends them flying towards her enemies. It's really good at keeping a large group distracted so you can take care of them. Now we're on to the big spells, or Great Magic as the game calls them. The final 3 and most powerful spells in the game. You unlock the first one on stage 1, and it is the Lightning Spell. Alicia summons a bolt of lightning in spectacular fashion and kills almost any target instantly. Any normal enemy? Yeah, donezo in 1 hit. Bosses, not so much, which is fair. Tornado is the next one that is granted to you on stage 4. Alicia summons a giant tornado that sends everything spinning into the air. And the final and most powerful spell is the Meteor Spell. Given to you on stage 6, Alicia calls down tons of meteorites on the area, absolutely obliterating anything standing in her way. I absolutely love the magic in this game, but especially the great magic. They're all so fun and dramatic, and it's great to see how they affect the environment around you. So much destruction. Bullet Witch features regenerating health. Alicia's health will regenerate after not getting hit for a few seconds. If you take enough damage, your max health decreases for a bit, but it will eventually go back to normal, it just takes longer. In addition to that, there is a magic bar under the health bar. Using spells and replenishing ammo drains your magic bar. The big spells have a huge drain on your magic bar and lower your maximum amount of magic until you kill more demons. You should usually still have enough magic available to refill your machine gun, but if not, you still have a melee attack. You get ranked for how well you perform during the missions, and by doing well, you earn more skill points. Skill points are used to unlock certain weapons for the Gunrod, as well as level them up, and level up health, magic, and your various spells. You more than likely won't max everything out in one playthrough, which is fine. All of your stats and unlocks carry over into a new playthrough. Bullet Witch features a few different enemy types in the game. The most common demon, or Geist, is the Geist Soldier. They come equipped with a variety of weapons, like machine guns, shotguns, or grenade launchers. And there is the occasional sniper, which in this game, if the sniper gets you, it's a one-shot kill. Which, fair play. It should be, but I know not every game plays it that way. Another common enemy type are the Walnut Heads. These enemies float in the air and have giant exposed brains. They have incredible mental powers which they use to create barriers and use telekinesis to throw stuff. Killing them gets rid of their barriers, allowing you to proceed. It's always very satisfying to see those giant heads explode. Next up are the Gigas. These are giant monsters that come equipped with machine guns on their arm. Typically, one lightning strike is enough to take them out, or repeated shots to their exposed heart, kinda like the Tyrant in Resident Evil. Some of the later Gigas you encounter have a metal plate covering their weak spot. You just have to shoot it off first before you can take care of them. Another enemy is called the Screamer. It spits out grudge spirits, which turn humans into another monster called Wormmen. You're able to kill the Screamers and grudge spirits before they turn any humans, which is nice. The Wormmen are these weird, flaily enemies, but they're easily taken care of. And these are all of the terrifying monsters you have awaiting you throughout Bullet Witch's 6 action-packed stages. I mean, that's all that's waiting for you in terms of regular enemies. There are 2 bosses in Bullet Witch. You actually encounter the final boss on stage 2, but you can't do anything to hurt it and have to run. The first boss you can actually fight is on stage 3. It's a really cool setup. You've just escaped with everyone on the plains, and you get attacked by a flying demon, and you have to fight it while you're on top of the plane. It'll take 3 lightning strikes to kill this boss. In order to build up enough magic to do so, you have to kill the eyeball creatures it throws at you. After you've hit the boss with 2 lightning strikes and you've built up enough magic to do the 3rd, it starts trying to bite you and the plane. You have a very limited time to set up the spell and aim it correctly, or else it succeeds in getting you and the plane. I hate one-hit deaths. But once you hit it with the 3rd shot, it's toast. Also, be careful not to fall off the plane, because you'll die. And the second boss fight of the game is the final boss fight on stage 6 with the snake-armed demon. I'm going to be blunt. This boss fight sucks. Hard. You have to wait to bring its shields down before you can even damage it with gunfire or your spells. And this fight goes on forever. The boss is a serious bullet sponge. Like, I know it's the final boss, but come on. Eventually, the shield goes away for good, and then you can focus on shooting the boss in the head, or the arm, or the back, or hitting it with your great magic. Just keep at it, and it eventually goes down. Just watch out for the random crap getting thrown at you that kills you in one hit very late into the fight. In addition to the 6 main missions, there are some extra missions called concept missions. They all take place in the stages you've been to before, just some of them give you different objectives, like finding and killing Geist soldiers or using explosive barrels to kill enemies. In addition to those, there are other versions of the main stages, like ones that give you all of the great magic from the start, which is really cool. Bullet Witch also features some alternate costumes. It's always nice being able to go back through the story or play the extra missions with a new outfit. There are 5 alternate outfits in total, and they're all pretty cool or sexy. I'm a sucker for alternate costumes. I just wish they appeared in the cutscenes. And I also believe that back on the Xbox 360, the costumes and the concept missions were DLC, but they're all included on the PC version, so that's nice. Like I said at the start of this section, Bullet Witch has very fun but unpolished gameplay. The parts where it's definitely most noticeable is during the boss fights. Bullet Witch is at its best when you're mowing down waves of demons with your gun rod or blowing shit up with your crazy powerful spells. And they really went all out for the spectacle of these spells and the destructible environments just to show how powerful and devastating the spells are. And that's stuff that I really appreciate. I absolutely love the newspaper articles at the end of a level talking about the shit that you destroyed. It's so good. I think the graphics are fine overall, especially for the cutscenes. They're not quite as good as some of the bigger budget games that came out around the same time, but that's more than okay. I think they make it work. I think the character designs are pretty great overall as well, especially Alicia herself and the various demons in the game. And as I've mentioned already, they knocked it out of the park with the spells. The great magic spells especially. The sound effects are also really good. The different guns all sound great and have the appropriate amount of oomph behind them. And going back to the great magic once again, the sound design for those are all on point. So good. I also love the soundtrack. Each song fits the current mood of the situation perfectly. There are some songs that are triumphant and heroic, and there are others that show how dire things are, and then there's some that can even be on the sad side. It's a fantastic soundtrack. My only complaint is when the songs randomly stop in the middle of a mission and then it's just quiet. Dead silence. I don't remember if that was an issue on the Xbox 360 version or not, but it did happen a few times on the PC version. And I guess I'll bring up the voice acting in this section. It's not terrible. It's not great either. It does, however, fit perfectly with the tone of the game. I describe the game as having a B-movie vibe to it with the story, and that's kind of how I would describe the acting. It's incredibly cheesy and fun. And outside of Alicia, the Darkness, and a few other characters, Sean Schemmel, the English voice actor for Goku from Dragon Ball Z, voices Maxwell and like 90% of all the other characters in the game. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, but he does do a lot. The voices he does for the Geist soldiers are hilarious.
Prayers, you should have done that before. Huh? Just a raven. Too bad. Hey, there's something better than a raven. She's got nice skin. You want to say your prayers?
Witches don't need prayers.
Bullet Witch is absolutely one of my favorite guilty pleasure games. I don't care if the gameplay isn't as polished as a lot of other games. The game is great even with its imperfections. Seeing those great magic spells and all the damage they cause has always been one of the biggest highlights for me about this game. They've always stuck with me, so I can forgive some unpolished gameplay for trying some cool shit. And Bullet Witch absolutely does that. Bullet Witch is a great time for its campy B-movie plot and for obliterating tons of enemies with your guns and magic. If that's something that you're in the mood for, I absolutely say give Bullet Witch a try. Thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And if you want to see more of me, you can catch me streaming all kinds of stuff over on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/CaseyTheGamer91, and you can find the link for that down in the description below. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I hope to catch you next time. Peace out!
So, are you satisfied?